Hi, I'm Lucy and welcome to my channel. For today's video, I'm going to be doing my very long awaited monologue lists. I'm sorry this is taking me so long to do. I just really wanted to have a good firm list of monologues, and I personally find choosing monologues really difficult, so it was kind of hard for me to choose which monologues to tell you guys about. As I said, like with my singing list videos, which if you haven't seen them, be sure to check them out. I'll link them down below and I'll try and link them in the eye at the top of the screen. This is wholly my opinion. If you do these monologues, it does not mean you're going to get into drama school. It doesn't mean if you do another monologue, you're not going to. These are just starting points to help you guys when you're looking for monologues. I know that it's so hard when trying to choose a monologue. You don't know where to start looking. So hopefully this video will give you a little bit of a point in the right direction. I've got suggestions of plays rather than specific monologues. And also, obviously, all the plays contain great monologues. And often the plays contain more than one, which is brilliant. And also, if you like a monologue that I suggest, maybe look at other things that playwright has written and they might have other good things to offer. Also, like with my song list videos, if you guys have any monologue suggestions, be sure to leave them down in the comments and we can create a little forum where we all help each other out with finding monologues. A lot of these monologues are ones that people on my foundation course did or people at auditions did that I enjoyed, so I've just kind of compiled this list together with my flatmate Eleanor this morning and got all our ideas together, and this is what we have come up with. So the first play I have is Boys by Ella Hickson. This is a brilliant play and has quite a good few female monologues in it. This is definitely a good one to look at if you prefer more dramatic monologues instead of comedy monologues. I personally prefer comedy monologues for auditions, but I know a lot of people feel more comfortable with dramatic stuff, and this is a really good play to look at. Also, she has a lot of other really good plays, so be sure to look at other Ella Hickson plays if you like Boys and you like the style that she writes in. The next play is a play called Flat Makes by Ella Dryden. This is a brilliant play. I really love this. It's about a group of uni students that live in this flat, and one of the boys is quite wealthy and his dad owns the flat, so they're renting from him, and it's about all kind of the politics of living in a flat as students. Obviously, I live in a flat as a student now, so I think it's brilliant, and all the chats they have are so realistic and so truthful. Also, something like this is great because it's the correct age range, age bracket for us, and it's something that you could probably relate to if you are a student already, or you can really understand, like you'll probably have friends that live in student accommodation and go through these troubles. So I feel like it is a play which is quite easy to relate to and has characters that you could identify in your everyday life. Next up, I couldn't do this video without mentioning my own monologue because I obviously think it's quite good, and it is from When I Was a Girl. I used to it's such a tongue twister to say. It is from When I Was a Girl, I Used to Scream and Shout by Sharma MacDonald. She is a Scottish playwright, but obviously the monologue doesn't have to be performed in a Scottish accent. I did it in a Scottish accent at some of my auditions and I didn't do it at others. Just check with drama schools if they specify they want it in your own accent or if you're allowed to do an accent, because some do specify. I love this play. She's a young gal, she's around similar ages to myself, and I also loved personally that it was Scottish, so I could do it in my native accent if I wanted to. Next is a play called Bunny by Jack Thorne. This is a one-woman play, so obviously is one big monologue. One-woman plays are great for finding monologues because obviously one-woman or one-man plays, depending on what you're looking for finding monologues, because the thing is one big monologue and there's so many different sections you can pick out, and characters always go on such a big journey, so you can find the bit that maybe would relate to you the best. Bunny is quite a funny play. She's very young and naive, and she kind of just gets swept up into situations that she doesn't really realise that she's there, and she's like, oh god, how did I get here? So I guess a lot of it's kind of about growing up, coming of age, like that kind of idea, and it's just a really great play, and again, endless monologue options in there. Also, when you're looking at Bunny, be sure to look at Jack Thorne's other plays. Bunny is probably one of the most well known, but he has so many other brilliant plays that have great monologues in it. So if you enjoy his style of writing and Bunny, be sure to look at other plays that he has written. The next play I have is called The Oh Fuck Moment, and it is by Hannah Jane Walker and Chris Thorpe. My friend did a monologue from this at her auditions and it was hilarious. And the monologue that she did was about a woman working in an office, and she really didn't like one of her co-workers who always talked about her horses, so she sent an angry email, but she accidentally sent it to her co-worker, and it's about her trying to get the email back. Again, just a really normal environment, and I find they're great things to have for monologues. Nothing too far from the ordinary. The next play is actually one my flatmate Eleanor did, and it is called Merry Massacre by Johnny McKnight. It's also a Scottish play, so shout out to the Scottish playwrights out there. It's a comedy and it is a 2-woman play, so obviously full of monologues again because only 2 characters. This play is based nowadays. My flatmate did one about online dating, and it's just again a relatable issue that people go through in 2019, and it was hilarious. Finally, I'm just going to give you a playwright, and that is Dennis Kelly. He has written so much stuff. You'll probably know him for writing DNA. Most people study DNA at school. I would say DNA is probably the most overdone of his plays, but you need to look at his other stuff. He has so much good material. Obviously DNA is overdone because it's good, and that's not an issue. You can obviously do a monologue from DNA, but if you do like that play, be sure to look at his other work, as he has loads of plays with really good monologues and really age appropriate monologues. So that is all the monologues I've got for you today. I hope that has given you just at least a starting point of where to look, because I know how daunting it can be when you're thinking about finding a monologue, and I hope it has helped some of you guys out. If you've enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up to let me know. That's kind of my audition list series complete, so remember, if you haven't seen the legit song list and the contemporary song list, be sure to check them out. I was talking to my flatmate Eleanor, and we were talking about doing a video on how to pick a monologue and how to look for monologues, so another monologue related video that will hopefully give you guys some advice. And also for that, I'm going to ask for questions over on my Instagram, so be sure to follow my Instagram if you want to be involved in that video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will hopefully see you soon.